Hello everybody, welcome back to Mark's Train House. I'm back with another video today, and so today I want to show off my entire N-scale Bachmann collection of Thomas and Friends and my HO narrow gauge Bachmann collection of Thomas and Friends as well. Alright, so with that being said, yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, I'm gonna do both of my N scale. Yeah, I'm gonna do both my N scale and HO narrow gauge. Both are Bachmann, Thomas and Friends collections. Yeah, N scale Bachmann and HO narrow gauge Bachmann. Two of those collections of Thomas and Friends. I'm gonna show off my entire collections of those and all that. And yeah. Alright, so you know what? I figure, you know what? I'm going to start off with the boxes first, alright? I'm going to start off with my N scale collection first, alright? I'm going to start off with my N scale Bachmann collection, alright? Alright. I'm going to start off with my N scale Bachmann collection of Thomas and Friends, alright? Alright. Let me get the boxes for it really quick. Alright, folks, I'll show you off this first. So yeah, well, obviously, yeah, these are, for these pieces right here, up there and all that. Same for this one, and yeah, and obviously this is another signal box for the HO Bachmann. I already have one at my HO layout. I already have one, and this is my second one that I have. So I figured for my second one, I just put it right there. So yeah, really doesn't count, but yeah. Got more track right there. And then some old school DVDs of VHS tape that are not Thomas and Friends, but no, we're gonna get into Thomas and Friends, all right? So we'll start off with this one first. Hang on a second, folks. This might be a little bit tricky, but let's see. God, come on. There we go. Alrighty. So here it is, folks. The Emily's passenger set for N scale, as you can see. So yeah, this is the Emily's passenger set for N scale Bachmann. There's that. Now that one is this one right here. As you see, there's Emily, her regular normal coach, and then her brake coach right there, and then her coal tender right there. So yeah. Alright. So that's what came with the Emily's passenger set, and yeah, all the track that's in here, same with the throttle, the plug into the wall, and then the right cord to plug into the track. All of it, I already used up for my track right here, for my N scale Bachmann layout, and HO narrow gauge too as well. But yeah, I just can't remember which pieces go with which. What pieces, or no, what pieces were with which with the Emily's passenger set, but it doesn't matter. All the tracks the same thing and everything. But yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's the Emily's passenger set, and then here's the Thomas with Andy and Clarabelle set. Yep. Same thing. No track, throttle, everything that I just mentioned with this set that's on this layout. All the track and throttle here, you know, is on this layout here too, mixed up with all the other ones. And yeah. So yeah, then the Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle set, it's basically I care more about the trades than the track, you know. All right, so there you go, folks. Oh, there is Thomas right there, and then which one? All right. Yep. All right. So on the left, right there is Annie. The right is Clarabelle. So yeah, Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. That's what came with the Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle set for N scale Bachmann. As you can see. All right. And then here is Percy and the Troublesome Trucks. And no surprise, with the track and the throttle, everything, same exact situation as these two right here. Mixed in with all the other track that I bought. And everything separately. So yeah. So yeah, folks, there is that. Whoopsies. All right. Percy and the Troublesome Trucks. Yep, right there. Percy, Troublesome Truck 1 and Troublesome Truck 2. These ones came in the set right here. And yeah. Alright, so that does it with that collection. With that for that train sets though, because yeah, so I now have all 3 Bachmann N scale sets for Thomas and Friends that there is to offer. I think maybe they'll have another one in the future, but for now they got these 3 to offer. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put these ones away back where they go, alright? So then I have room for the other ones that are not sets. But yeah, I got more to show you guys. Give me a couple seconds while I do so. Alright, folks. Alrighty, folks. I'm gonna have to sit down for this one, alright? I'm gonna have to sit down for this one, alright? Oh, by the way, let me show you guys this really quick. So I have the Yard Boss set right here that my grandpa got me a few months ago at Hobby Lobby. So I have this one sitting right here. So I decided to actually use up all the track, as this is the only amount of track that it came with. I decided to use all the track and the throttle and the plug-in thing, you know, for this track to be a test track. You know, like when I'm cleaning like my locomotive wheels and everything and all that, they use this track in here as like a test track to run it to make sure it's good, the engines, you know. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, yeah, so that is that. And this did not come with 2 straight tracks, but I happen to have 2 straight tracks that I got separately. But yeah, but here, let me show you guys. This is what it is. This right here. And yeah. So that is I thought it'd be cool to use up the track from the Yard Boss set that I never used. And like, you know, like this plug-in and then the throttle, the plug-in. Use it up for like, you know, like a test track to like test out my engines and everything, make sure they're running after I like, clean the wheels and everything, you know. So yeah, I figure I show that off. But yeah. But as a matter of fact, here, I'm gonna actually put the box to it back in I'm just gonna put this back in there where it goes. Alright, so I did that, folks, and yeah. Alright. Now it's time to get into my other part of the collection, and then oh yeah, so yeah, right there, folks, where the Yard Boss set is, yeah, right over there is where they are for, actually no, let me go over there. So it was this car, this, that, and that came with the Yard Boss set, alright? Okay. Alright. Let me show off my Thomas and Friends collection now, the rest of it, so... Alrighty. See, I think we're gonna be able to... I think it's gonna be a little bit of a mix-up. Alright, here we go. So, Troublesome Truck 2 for N-Scale Bachmann. As you can see, it's for N-Scale Bachmann. Troublesome Truck number 2. Whoops. And then Troublesome Truck number 1. Yeah, I already know I have these two. Yeah, I already have these two, folks, in the Percy and the Troublesome Truck set for this scale, but I decided, you know, I wanted to get these separate as well. So yeah. So yeah, that's them. Let's see, what else do I have? Actually, you know, let me do my, might as well do my N scale collection first. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do my N scale collection first, folks. So I already have it out here. And then, alright, actually, here's an Amtrak one of Kato that I got a couple months ago. So, folks, I'm just gonna put this one off to the side. I'll just put it right here for now. And, oh yeah, I have another great thing in there, but we'll ignore that. All right, here we go. All right, we have N scale Bachmann James right here, as you can see. And then, yeah, so I'm going to show off my N-scale Bachmann Thomas and Friends collection first, folks, all right? So besides those three, we have Gordon right here. Folks, I'm not going to lie, I so hope that his express coaches come very soon. I'm really hoping his express coaches come soon for this collection. Just got to give it time, though, I say, you know. All right, here is, oh, which one's this? The Box Fan Great Western. And then the Fuel Tank. And then the Water Tank. This one's the Ice Cream Wagon, right? Yep. This I'll put in here because we're going to save it for my HO narrow gauge collection. Then Scruffy. Henrietta. Toby. And then this is Soda Fruit and Vegetable. And then Hannah. And then the Oil Tank. And then, oh wait, is there, oh yeah, there's one more. I think this one's Toad, is it? Yes, this is Toad. All right, we got Toad. I still can't understand why they canceled the 20-ton brake van. Like, I just never understand it. I mean, why? Because is it legitimately the same exact size? Which it definitely is the same exact size as Toad right here, but come on. Was it really necessary to cancel the 20-ton brake van? Only because the reason was because that they canceled it because it was the same exact size as Toad, and they felt that they already had Toad and they didn't need the 20-ton brake van. Like Bachmann, come on. Like, if you already made Toad, then why did you not make Oliver yet? It's like, come on, we need Oliver for this collection if you already made Toad. Like, you have Toad and Oliver in HO scale for Bachmann, but you only have Toad for N scale, but not Oliver. Like, come on, we need Oliver. Yeah, we need Oliver, and nah. Out of all items that they canceled, that they literally had to cancel the 20-ton brake van. Like, come on. Like, you have, like, like, come on. For HO scale, you have the original brake van, the Spifle brake van for HO scale. Then you have Toad, and then you got the other brake vans for the two Christmas sets for 2021 and 2022, I think. But yeah. Alright, let's see. I think this is it for my N scale collection. And it looks like it is. Just, yep. Ignore that. This I'm going to put back in here. It's like that, folks. And then the Yard Boss set over there. Those are the only two regular model trains that I own that are not related to Thomas and Friends trains that I own. So yeah. Alright, yeah, so it looks like that does it for my N-scale Bachmann collection. So folks, let me go through this. So here you go right here. Here is all my N-scale Bachmann, Thomas and Friends items that I have. And yeah. Folks, let me just say one thing. I think it's ridiculous that, in my opinion, Bachmann had to cancel the 20-ton brake van. I think it's ridiculous that they did cancel the 20-ton brake van, folks, because literally, probably only because that Toad is the exact same size as the 20-ton brake van. But it's like, Bachmann should have still kept the 20-ton brake van. I don't know, but they should have still kept they should have never canceled the 20-ton brake van, all right? The 20-ton brake van should never have been canceled by Bachmann. Because literally, when I got the day that the 20-ton brake van was going to come out, I was going to use that brake van for all like the other ones. Like, let's say James, for example. Like, James I was going to use to folks, to James I was going to use to, like, for that 20-ton brake van, if I was going to get James to pull like a freight train or something. And then yeah, if Oliver were to come out, I would only be using Toad as Oliver's brake van, because Toad is Oliver's brake van. Like, come on, all the other characters using Toad as the brake van, like, come on, it does not make sense to me at all, in my opinion. So yeah, here's this for my N-scale Bachmann collection, and then those ones over there. So yeah, all right, folks, it's time we get into the next step. It is time we show off. Yeah, let me put this. All right. Time for my HO narrow gauge Bachmann collection. So here we have yellow Rheneas here, and then this one is the narrow gauge slate wagon 136. As you can see, Rusty, this is $164. So this is a discontinued item. This is the, which one is this? This is the tan. And then this is the brown. Oh, that does it for that box. And then this one is, which one's this? This one's 178. This one is Rheneas. All right, this one's the blue brake van. This one's the blue box van. This one is 101. This one is, oh, which one's this? This is the oxide. The other one. All right, no, I think that's it, folks. All right. Oh wait, no, I got more to show. That's not all. Here we have Scarlowy, Peter Sam, the red brake van, the red box van, and then the red carriage, blue carriage, the open wagon, right? Yep, narrow gauge open wagon, and then these are the high side wagons, I think, right? Yep, the high side wagons, red, green, and then light red or brown, whatever it is, something like that. Let me see, whatever the name of it is. Oh yeah, brown. And then yeah, so there's the box to the narrow gauge van, and then as for the rest, the boxes to it are right here. And yeah. So there you have it, folks. Yeah, so that does it for my entire that does it for both my entire N-scale Bachmann collections of Thomas and Friends and my entire HO narrow gauge Bachmann collections of Thomas and Friends. Yeah, that does it though. And before this video ends, folks, let me show you this. So everything that I showed you today and everything that I own for Thomas and Friends for N-scale Bachmann and HO narrow gauge Bachmann, let me point this out. All right. Actually, we'll start over here. Okay. So yeah, Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, Percy and the Troublesome Truck set, both of these sets. Emily passenger set, boxes to it are in there, trains are over there for it. those three, and then obviously all these ones right here, and then this one, these ones, and oh wait, and then the troublesome truck 1 and 2 that I also got separately, that I decided to get separately off, and then Gordon, James, Toby, Hannah, Henrietta, and yeah, all of them, all the ones that I just point out that are currently available, I owe every single one and have every single one that's currently available for N scale for Bachmann. It's just that these ones, and then yeah, just the Origin James, the LBSC 70 Thomas, and Henry Diesel Paxton, these two right here, and then the Express coaches for Gordon. And then yeah, those are not out yet. They will be coming out in the future, but I don't count them yet until they become available, because you never know if they're going to get canceled, like the 20-ton brake man, you know. So yeah, you might as well cross off the 20-ton brake van since it got canceled. But honestly, if I was working for Bachmann, I would demand that they would not cancel the 20-ton brake van. But it's just, however, the other things that I did not point out is that, yeah, you know, Thomas right here, Percy, that's sold separately right here. Well, yeah, Thomas, Percy, and Emily that are sold separately each, as you can see. Same with Annie, Clarabelle, and then Emily's coaches that are also separately. Yeah, Emily sold separately, Percy sold separately, Thomas sold separately, Annie sold separately, Clarabelle sold separately, Emily's coach sold separately, and Emily's brake coach sold separately. Those don't count to me at all. That it's not necessary to buy those each separate, because I already have those items and trains in the sets, so there's no need to. Unless it's an emergency, or something goes wrong with them, or what that I have, then I have to get them separate, then maybe it's one thing, but I don't know. It just depends. Mostly if it's an emergency, but mostly like not though. It's not necessary to get something separate when I already have it in the set, as it goes for the opposite. But however, now if it's something extra that I want to get, and I want to get it separately, or the opposite, you know, like I did here. Yeah, these two I got separately as well, as you can see right here, because I wanted more troublesome trucks, and yeah. So yeah, that's that with that. And then, oh yeah, time for my HO narrow gauge collection to show off. So yeah, pretty much, folks, I have every single one that there is to be available, currently available for my N scale Bachmann collection. Oh yeah, and then, so right here, folks, starting with my HO narrow gauge Bachmann collection. Yeah, all of these right here, as you see, I have every single one of these engines except for Sir Handel, because he is not out yet, but I do have him on my Christmas list. So yeah, Yellow Rheneas, Rusty, Peter Sam Rheneas, and Scarlowi I have. And then, yep, all of these ones I have. I have this one and this one. I have one each of this one and this one on my Christmas list. Yeah, one each of this and that on my Christmas list, because I do want extras of those, one each. So then I have 2 and 2. So yeah, all of these I have. All of these I have. Same with these ones. It's just that this one, and all 3 of these ones in here I do not have yet. They're not available yet. And then, yeah, so I have every single one. I have every single one, folks, for HO narrow gauge Bachmann that's currently available right now and that there is to offer. And yeah, and I have like 2 discontinued items as well. So yeah. So yeah, that's that, folks. I can't wait for the day, like, if I ever complete all 4 of my model train scale collections, which I think this one's gonna be the first one. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, so that is that, folks. Alright, nothing much else to say. Nothing much else to say. So you know what? I think I'm gonna run. Let me see. You know what? I think I'm gonna run Rusty on the outside track. Alright. So that's it for today's video, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Peace out.